Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Sing Beyond and Through with Monty. Right before you, from the pages of Ace Metaphor. He wanted this message to be shared as a warning, as a teachable lesson for women, and I guess men too. And his message is that you cannot change a man, and you should not try to change a man. That he is who he is before he met you. And he strongly warns women against trying to build a boo. So I want you to listen to his message.
I hate when people say a man will change for the right woman. I hate it in my spirit because I think it's so false, man. It is so false. It is my belief that a man will only change for himself. But we have deflected so much responsibility in personal growth. But anyway, there's so many women on here that's watching right now that think that you can change a man. So I want you to tune in right now. If you think that you can change a man, I want you to tune in right now and I want you to share this message because I'm going to tell you the number one reason as to why you will never change that man. You know the number one reason as to why that man ain't going to change for you? Is because he was who he was, and you still fell in love anyway. He was who he was, and you still fell in love anyway. He is who he is, and you still there anyway. All those times you threatened to leave, and guess where you came back? Right here anyway. You trying to convince somebody to change for you when your presence in his life wasn't motivation enough for him to change. And you keep thinking that you staying and sacrificing and saying you're going to leave and coming back and forgiving is going to eventually make a man change to get what he already has, which is your heart. You gave that man your heart without him needing to change in the first place. Without him needing to be the person you wanted him to be in the first place. And that first time he messed up, guess what you did? You took him back. Guess why? Not because he earned it, because you was afraid to be single. You did that single life before. And you'd rather be miserably paired than happily single, and that man can sense that low self-esteem from a mile away. You keep dating like he's the only man you done had in a few years because he's the only man you have had in a few years, and that's the reason he picked you. He picked you for a reason. You know why? Because he see the helper in you. He see the forgiver in you. He see the giver in you. He see the mommy in you. He see the person that's going to be that ride or die for him no matter if he makes you ride to die. He see all that in you. Change for what? You already still here. Change for what? You ain't going nowhere. Change for what? What you gonna do if I don't? Every time you say you gonna leave, where you end up? Back with him in his bed doing the same things you have always done. I keep telling y'all, every time you threaten to leave and come back, you lose your power, your influence, your leverage, because it's a dangerous thing when a person know you ain't got the power to leave them. You keep saying you gonna change this man. How? How? When being that narcissist got you still there, got you having his kids, got you living with him, got you dependent on him. How? Where you gonna go? You don't think he don't know that? Matter of fact, you don't think that's the reason he picked you? Y'all share this message because I'm telling you, this going to touch some people's souls today. I'm going to touch y'all today. I'm going to touch you. The number one reason you ain't going to change that man is because you with him and he was who he was. And he still got you. He a narcissist, Ace. He toxic. And you still had children with him. And now you think you're going to change him. What motivation does he have to change? Losing you? You couldn't walk away if you wanted to. Be honest. Be honest. You giving yourself too much credit and too much leverage that you ain't got. Guess what? The only way you can change a man like that is by changing a man like that. Going to somebody that already has what you need. But you and I both know you ain't got the strength for that. Why you think you still there? It ain't because the love. Being cheated on ain't loving. Being neglected ain't loving. Being disrespected ain't loving. Being unheard and unconsidered ain't loving. So you ain't staying because of the love. You staying because the lack of love you have for yourself. And you don't think he noticed that. You want a man to change for what? Why do you think this man will change when the only reason he's there is your ability to tolerate his unwillingness to change? Why do you think he with you? Why? Because you are the only woman he's met that tolerates his BS the way you do. Listen, I need y'all to share this message because I know it sounds harsh. I know it sounds abrasive. I know y'all gonna be mad at me in the comment section. I know you want me to tell you about a perfect world that don't exist. I'm gonna tell you about the world that do exist. You telling me that a man is gonna change for a woman he already got. A woman he already having sex with. A woman he already got children with. A woman that's already shown the ability she can't leave if she wanted to. So I'm going to tell you how you can get a man to change. If you can't change the man you are with, then change the man you are with. You understand me? Change that man. Go to a man that appreciates you from the beginning. Go to a man that will make adjustments before they hurt you. Find a man that will appreciate you without you first having to leave. Find a man that already has integrity, that has already grown, that believes in himself, that fears God, that has masculine, healthy pride, and they don't want to disappoint themselves. Find a man that mean what they say and say what they mean. So find a man that ain't run off of emotions or toxicity or narcissistic tendencies. Find a man that's healthy. If you want a man like that, find a man like that. Well, why you always got to build a boo? Why you always got to be the woman that find a man at his worst and build him up to his best? Why you always got to have your heart on discount bid? Why can't you wait for somebody that's already put together? Why can't you up your qualities to where a man that's put together is attracted to you? Huh? What about you that you feel like that the only man that will give you attention is men you got to build from the ground up with your bare hands? And they ain't nothing but broken glass. So every time you put a piece together, you cutting yourself in the process. What about your self-confidence? See, that's the problem. You ain't dating from your self-love. You dating from your self-doubt. That's the problem.